The Irish accent might be older than the Irish language. People from Ireland have a distinctive accent, and a lot of that comes from the fact that most Irish people used to speak Irish, and so their native Irish affected the way they spoke English. But what if the way they spoke Irish was affected by a language even older than that? This is called the Goidelic substrate hypothesis. When a new language is adopted by or imposed on a different people, sometimes their native language affects the way they speak the new language. That native language that kind of gets replaced is often called the substrate. So the idea is that when Goidelic Celtic languages first got to Ireland, the substrate languages that were already spoken there affected the way that the people spoke the Goidelic languages, one of which became Irish. It would be kind of like if a bunch of Americans switched to Spanish but kind of sounded like gringos, and then their gringo descendants learned German. So they'd have like an American Spanish accent in German. And I think it's a cool idea because it means that even if that ancient language that was spoken before Irish didn't survive, it actually contributed to the Irish language. And then in doing that, it contributed to the Irish accent in English. So it's like an accent can be older than the language that it's usually associated with. And this is probably the case with other languages too, because people have learned new languages all throughout history, and they probably often took a little bit of their substrate language with them into that new language. And sometimes in historical linguistics, we can kind of get an idea of what those substrate languages were like based on the ones that replaced them.